Good day, great day, grand day. Thank you again for joining TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. Hi, my name is Dr. Terry O'Date, and we are very fortunate to have Damali with us again. Thank you for coming again to this spiritual series discussion. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me again.
Yes. So what questions do you have for me today?
So today I actually have a question about meditation and staying centered and staying with your feelings, because I know sometimes you get all these feelings and it's just, I guess the word is uncomfortable for some people because they're not used to it. So what is a way that people can stay focused and centered on that feeling until they have their spirit revealed to them what it is that needs to be revealed in that moment, and how our breathing is connected to our spirit? So, yes.
So I guess you've heard me talk before, because I usually say and have that discussion about our breath is the gateway to getting access to our spirit. And so meditation, I've heard about meditation. I know about meditation. I've practiced different forms of meditations, and there are many forms of meditation. Some people do traditional ways of crossing their legs and quieting down the thoughts and paying attention to their breath. But there are different levels and different ways of meditation. But as you connect meditation with, or as you ask in your question, how do you connect that with getting in touch with your spirit, and how and where the breath comes in? The breath is what gives life to your essence. The breath is what allows the bridging of the spirit with the conscious mind, allowing the conscious mind to go into a subconscious state, and within that subconscious state being able to connect to your spirit. So when you're mindfully breathing, and what I mean by mindfully breathing is with every breath, you are consciously aware of every breath. While you're walking, while you're talking, in this moment, being consciously aware of that breath. As you breathe in, and sometimes in working with others, sharing and helping people with the diaphragmatic breathing, because not everybody knows how to breathe. Not everybody knows that when you inhale, and you inhale to inflate your abdomen and you bring air down into your core, you are activating your core. And through an activation of your core, you are activating and allowing your spirit to behave and act on your behalf. So when you're breathing and you're doing a mindful breathing where you're consciously or working through those conscious thoughts, quieting them down, the more consistent you become with breathing and staying centered and being able to quiet those thoughts that goes through our mind day in and day out, we become more and more connected to the subconscious. When you become more connected to the subconscious is your spirit. And so when you become more conscious of the subconscious, you're not really, the conscious mind takes a back seat, where the subconscious is elevated and is prominent and takes the front seat and is driving. And so with that connection of understanding that your breath is the gateway to your spirit, that's how you can connect to your spirit. You'll hear a lot of times, as it relates to meditation, someone who's just starting out will be directed to acknowledge the thoughts that come to you, and then you just let the thoughts go. You acknowledge them, let the thoughts go, but allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into this mindful breathing. The mindful aspect of the mindful breathing is more of you putting energy and awareness to the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you are inhaling and you're filling your abdomen with air, and you're exhaling. And I usually guide people that I work with, when you exhale, you visualize exhaling all that doesn't serve you, all that doesn't benefit you, and you inhale all that is beneficial to you, all that is rightfully yours, and you envisioning that process allows you to go deeper and deeper and deeper into a subconscious, with then which will then lead you to a connection to an aspect of your essence. I know that was a mouthful. Did you need me to explain anything?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's funny because as you were talking, I was just being mindful of just breathing and staying connected, and it helped me focus in
Yeah,
this
I saw
moment.
that. I did see that. I did feel that, and I was gonna go in there with you, but I said no. We're being taped, so I couldn't go there with you. But I did feel that you were actually going there. So
yes.
There's again these nuances of elements that we can always try to theorize them, right? And we can also always, try to go about what the theory is. But from a spiritual point of view, there's an understanding as to what the breath does. There's an understanding of how far you can go. When you use breath and visualization, you can really go deep within the subconscious recesses of your mind, of your spirit. And it's amazing. It's amazing because from my experience and the experience of others that I've worked with, people have been able to get the name of their higher self. People have been able to get a glimpse of their, a loved one that's passed, or get a message from a loved one that's passed. I had a recent session when I helped someone go into the subconscious. I guided them into their own subconscious. And in that guidance, asked the higher self of that individual to reveal its name to the individual. And the individual had shared that he saw the name already. Was it that he saw the name? No, not that he saw the name, but he saw the name already before I can say it or put that question out there to their higher self. And he was amazed. And then he was able to see a family member and was just so moved, emotionally moved, when he was able to see that family member. And I'm kind of probably going way off right now, but the power of the breath and calming the conscious mind and getting connected to the subconscious mind, which is an abyss of who we are, like understanding the spiritual realm. It's limitless. It is limitless when we get into that realm of space and being able to get connected to your essence. So yeah, powerful question, great question. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Because I know myself, just going through the day, you get caught up and you just are worrying and not realizing that you could just take that minute to just center yourself again by just breathing and calming your mind down, and it helps so much. So
yes, the breath. It's very, very powerful, and we take it for granted when we're constantly in our minds trying to figure things out with the thinking that you have to figure it out. When you have your spirit ready to work on your behalf, because you are your spirit. Like, we've been trained not to listen to our spirit. We've been trained out of that habitual behavior as children, because as children, we didn't have the conscious mind. The conscious mind wasn't fully designed yet. So the children, 1, 2, 3 years old, at that age, even in infancy stage, the child goes by what they feel and what they're getting from their spirit. But the child is molded out of that connection into the connection of what would one call as the, societal's ideas, and a good mentor of mine calling it the mastermind, right? And so I can't take credit. I can't take credit for the mastermind, but he certainly has shared in depth about the mastermind of society and how detrimental it is to the essence, to the spirit. So it's a powerful, and I have to, I always have to say, in these discussions that I cover information, this much of information when I'm posed a question, because there's so many different ways, especially when speaking to people and being connected in that moment. Oftentimes there's so much that I'm getting that I can only pick one because of the limited time, but there's a limitless amount of potential as to where I can go when posed a question. So in this small snapshot of the time that we have now, that's what comes to me when you ask that question.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Did you have anything else?
No, I didn't.
No? Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure having you. And there you go. Another segment on Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Remember, you're loved. Namaste.